Alright, so my project is on education reform in the field of math, especially in lower education. And really my goal is to emphasize creativity in early math students so that they can get into that mode of thinking right away. And to do this, I'm looking at the new math era as sort of a lens through which to view math education reform. So the new math era, as a bit of an overview, was a period in the 1960s and 1970s of very radical change. So there was a huge emphasis on abstract ideas and theoretical math. So abstract algebra, set theory, and more generally just axioms and proofs were sort of like the entire curriculum. Now the goal of new math era in the 1960s and 70s was essentially get better mathematicians to compete with the Soviets. That's not my goal per se, but I'm definitely interested in the idea of fostering creativity where possible. So before the new math era, there was this sort of traditional curriculum. And then the new math era did not succeed. We returned back to that, and that's what we have now. And there was a professor, Professor Morris Klein, who taught at NYU during this time. And he wrote a book describing sort of the downsides of the traditional curriculum and the downsides of the new math curriculum. So the traditional curriculum, as he points out, has lots of problems, such as focusing on very systematic solutions. So you apply the same solution process over and over again. It's testable, it's easy, but you don't really learn any like sort of creative ways to think. When we shift to the new math system, people don't have enough time to really explore the more creative aspects, so they're then focusing on memorizing other kinds of things. Now they're just memorizing axioms. So they go to tests and they just have to spit back out lists of axioms. So we're now memorizing different things, and even worse, we're now memorizing axioms and not even learning the basic computational skills that we need. So students would learn things like the commutative property and associative property of addition, but they wouldn't be confident adders. They wouldn't be confident multipliers. So they're sort of missing the basic skills that they're going to need in life and in higher level math. So my goal is to come up with a proposal for curriculum changes that can allow us to both have every student get the basic math skills that they need for life and for higher level math, but also to reward advanced students so that they can sort of get exposed to the more theoretical versions of math. So my proposal is essentially, everybody starts with the basic ideas as we have now. And when students excel, rather than pushing them on to just the next step in the systematic process, so instead of going Algebra 1, they're good at Algebra 1, they'll just go to Algebra 2. Let's let them sort of reflect on Algebra 1 from an abstract sense. So we can introduce the idea maybe of a group and a product early on so that they can think about that, and then it'll sort of fester in their mind, they can think about that, and then by the time they reach higher level math in college, they'll have a better intuition for it. So that is my proposal for reforming how students advance through math in lower education.
Thank you, Harry.